WWE, man. What?
Save the content for the camera, superstar. See these niggas. You see this young buck here. He just wants to plunge in. Okay, you don't got a chance to take your socks off yet. This guy's crazy. He's a maniac. Okay.
Stop thinking about it, man.
Stop thinking about what? Matter of fact, nah, fair. Listen, you already see how we coming. Pause. You see how we come. Hold on, son. YouTube, fair use. Stop hating on people playing music. And also, why Angry Man get to have a whole concert? Angry Man does a DJ set on all his lives, and they're up.
No, man, that's too much aura, bro.
No, it's a whole algorithm that stops you. They stop me from playing that stupid video from the Deadpool killer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I thought it was a TikTok song. I thought TikTok songs didn't matter. But whatever, son. Yo, we playing this joint.
Back big. Big back, big back.
So what we're trying to figure out is whether or not he's actually doing this for.
Yeah, because there's a moment before where he says, let's run it back. That's what I'm just trying to figure out.
Hold on, we got what's going on? Well, unfortunately, YouTube be hating, and I would hate to keep letting this play, and then I get oh, you have copyrighted material in your video. Shut up. What a hater. Anyway, we don't really have nothing to really talk about too much, so I figure I will continue to take my brother through big bag history. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead and check out a show called Big Women, Big Love. But before we get there, though, now, I'm not going to play the whole clip because I ain't going to hold you. It's a violent channel. I mean, like, I can't even tell you why I'm there. But whoever this guy is, he not feeling y'all. He really not. His whole channel is about how he ain't feeling y'all. But there was a quite entertaining big back scenario. And also, I don't want to hear no rude comments about how me and my brother's big. So what?
Yeah.
We dudes. So I'm still gonna make the video.
Yeah.
Still gonna do it.
Like we denied it.
Yeah, exactly. That ain't never happened. All right. Staying on brand. Right, here we go. I almost want to play this again, but I gotta stay composed. All right, man. Let's go ahead and share this tab instead. So this is supposed to be like a social experiment with big people, but it's narrated by I don't know his name. I'm gonna call him Duke because I don't think he got a name. I think he just Duke. So it's narrated by Duke, and I just had to let it play, man. That shit is crazy. Diabolical, actually.
To it, man. Let's get to it.
Oh, no, you'll hear his laugh.
Let's get.
Yo, when somebody laughs before they even say what they're laughing at, it's diabolical.
Yeah.
To it, man. Let's get to it. Let's take a look at Big Keisha's reality.
Fam, on this channel, he consistently calls all black women a Keisha. I'm like, God damn, this is bad. Black women that win, we doing bad. Because you already know, if he got this channel, it's hundreds of channels of black women doing the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, this is bad, man. But I ain't gonna lie. If you kind of like, use your imagination. There's some comedy here. I'm sorry. It's just doing because it's like a consistent thing with all his videos. Like he's not feeling none of y'all.
She's
Nobody asked if it was
trying to get into the.
You saw that bad communication? Yeah. Don't answer questions that no one asked about. She came up and said it's her birthday.
Club. Big Keisha is trying to get into the club. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, you're gonna need to stop right there, ladies. Weight Watchers is down the street.
Are you serious?
Yo, you imagine somebody saying this shit in real life? He said Weight Watchers is down the street. Goodness gracious. Wow. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing to say to somebody.
Look at her.
Black girls in the back laughing. Yeah.
That's all it takes. Immediately, these two men speak up.
Would you dance with her?
No, but I mean, just I don't know.
No.
It's the fact that my man didn't even try to lie.
Yeah.
He said no, but
immediately.
And first of all, he's not establishing the criteria for why she's not being let in the club. He is not giving her any reasons why. He just stops it. Now, mind you, this is not real, right? But anywho.
No. This is an experiment, right? To see who would step up for Big Keisha, but they asked Hector, would you dance with her?
He called him Hector. Yo, we got to credit Kevin Samuels with this stuff because it do make it easier for people to know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because he had the name. He said big Spanish, Enrique. You know what I'm saying? Marisol. He said Maria Marisol is going to be a child. He said Vishnu. You know what I'm saying? For the Indian girl, Vishnu. Ahmed, if he Middle East, my Middle Eastern brothers is Ahmed. I'm like, yeah, it makes it easy to kind of get through things. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If I say, all right, yeah, so Muhammad over here, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? It very rarely it's going to be black folks' last name be Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? Not first name.
He looked at her and said,
Big back, big back, big back, big back.
hold on, let's look at that again. Hold on.
He brought it back.
Street.
Are you serious?
Look at her. What's that?
That's
No, I'm black. Yo, Keisha ain't step up for the big Keisha at all.
all it takes. Immediately, these two men speak up.
Would you dance with her?
And we all like have fun, party, drink, stuff.
You know each other?
Yeah. She works with me.
What's her name?
Her name is Lakeisha.
I'm just saying though, but to her credit, what's she supposed to say? Hey, what's your name? All she had to do was just say, yeah, sure, yeah, I'm Lakeisha. You know what I mean? But again,
You know what's right in this clip of this white girl saying, okay, Shakita Nikwa, for some weird skit.
ooh, mercy.
It's crazy.
Ooh, I lie, that's greasy. That's way too explicit for this channel right here. But anyway, let's play a little more of this, man, as we go through Big Back history. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not used to a time like this. Now, this right here will be illegal, I mean, in this era. In the Lizzo. I guess you can call it the Lizzo era.
She could have said Michelle, Susan. Brittany. She said Lakeisha.
But hold on. Look at her face, though. You see her face?
Yeah.
Like, she's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
All right. Let's go.
Makes up a name. But Andy's not buying it.
I'm gonna let you guys in, but not her, okay?
And now she's not going in without her.
Let us all in.
She raises as much as all three of you combined.
That's not fair. What are you talking about?
Look at her.
Please, if you
You
can.
gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, we're just
Can
gonna
I
let them.
please talk to your manager?
Just want to get the manager.
Yeah, thank
Time
you.
to calm things down and let her file a formal complaint.
That's discrimination. You kidding me?
No, it's not. It's What Would You Do, the TV show. They're actors. Both. All
Stop. You really? I was like,
Stop cursing now. You weren't going to stand for that.
I just didn't.
Yo, he checked her. He smoothly checked her. But anywho, that was an interesting scene because like you saw now, how can I put it? That's the difference between how women treat other women and how men treat other men. Let me tell you something right now. If you was a lame nigga outside the club who could not get in, There's no one who's not going to go in or speak up. It's definitely not going to be no pretty girls that say, "Hey, leave him alone."
Yeah, all right. Actually, like burst out laughing for real.
Yeah, if that would have been a fat black guy up there, you heard people complaining, sucking their teeth. They're like, yo, get this fat nigga out of here.
Yeah, they're joining in on the insults too.
Oh, nah, listen, now you get a world star, you might get snuffed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If there's enough niggas there, you know what I'm saying? All you need is 1 or 2 wild niggas, and you might get snuffed, you might get world star. You understand? So this clip is significant because I'm like, damn, I'd be like, wow, he don't know a world without Lizzo. He don't know how things was before all this. So we want to go ahead and take a little trip back into the past. You know what I mean? So I want to take you to the first episode. We're going to watch a little bit of a show called Big Women, Big Love. And let's go ahead and have a look at these fine young ladies. Oh my gosh. Hold on, y'all. Let me find
Why would he bring up his?
So we're gonna just maybe just look at one. So this show right here is called Big Women. Hold on, man. I'm trying to still go to the certificate because this is actually a great day. Hold on, son. Fly. No one likes flies.
Yeah, no, I like really.
What you trying to tell me?
I don't know. It's understand. We're on steeper than
Sash, it's big women, big love time. So let me explain to my brother. So let me tell you something. All right, so what you about to witness is the delusion and lack of self-awareness of a big girl. Everyone on this show is pretty much kind of, they range from being like a terrible person to like not so terrible. They are, and we're gonna see the flaws. That's one right here. This has to be the most annoying human being that I've ever come across. And I'm not even trying to be mean. It's like you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, let's go ahead. Just get into it. All right. So I'm not able to find the exact timestamp, so we're gonna see a little bit tomorrow.
Always the wrong guys. I know.
All right, so I'm gonna give you the honors of putting our names in there.
Do I have to like give you a nickname? Rick doesn't look anything like his pictures.
So, yo, fam, off rip, just violence. Like, no one needs to know that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ma'am, you're you. Okay, when she pulls her pants up, that puts everything in perspective. I hate to keep going to the physical, but like once you start hearing people talk, it's like you can't feel bad about any roasting that I may do. Okay, see you.
Kind of makes me sad because he looked kind of hunky or beefy, but I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's really funny.
What is?
Oh, that's crazy.
Whoa. So I'm gonna give him the benefit. Yo, do you see all this? I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's funny, and I ain't gonna lie. She might not thought he was funny, but you about to see.
This guy Squidward pulled up to the day.
Squidward, whoa, that's violent. Yeah. You said Squidward, whoa.
She acted like.
Your nickname.
All right, man.
For you?
For me, no.
My nickname
Making me nervous. Making me nervous.
is Jen. Just is my name.
You gotta have a nickname like.
What do I have to press?
So you can put. Well, I don't know. Let's just go with.
Is that you or me?
That's you.
Okay.
I'm not juicy. What would I do?
You choose Juicy? What the hell?
Okay, juicy.
But I mean, like he didn't say Lakeisha. If he would have said Lakeisha up there, I could understand. He said, "Oh my God, why would he call him Lakeisha?" You know, he didn't say Lakeisha. He calls you Juicy. I mean, honestly, it's being very polite. Because Juicy still sounds fun. If I say that, oh my God, let me hear the juicy details, or a juicy cheeseburger, or a juicy juice, or I got the juice. Juice is still positive. All right. Tucson is not Tupac from Juice. And I think that's the only time Juice ain't good. But something that's juicy, that's not really bad. They had a whole clothing line. I don't know if you ever heard of it, Sash. It's called Juicy Couture. Never heard of Juicy Couture? No. Keep on failing. Sorry, keep on failing. You brought shit to our family.
I know, you're acting like he called her Torta or something.
Say it again?
Torta.
What is Torta?
Torta?
Whoa. Yo, man, we gotta slow down, man. I keep trying to talk. Someone tell him I'm old. I don't know nothing.
Torta is a like a hoagie like sandwich that Hispanics make. And they call fat girls tortas.
I don't like when people bring up stuff that they know you don't know about. You know from our interactions, nothing has happened that make me think that I know what Schwartz I mean. I'm getting pissed off just saying it again. Bring me so much anger, Sash. Now I'm joking. I adore him. But anywho, all right, let's go ahead and get back into this, John. Fair use. Don't be a hater, YouTube.
So you're up.
Why did you put yours in?
And also, if you laugh, it can't be that big of a deal if you want to laugh.
Yeah.
You can't be the confessional, like, talking ish and you laugh. That's the rule. You can't laugh if there's a problem.
I believe he said that. It's just, I don't know if I should cry, but I don't want to give him the time of day of that. I think
That was lit. And that's what I'm talking about. These angles put everything in perspective.
Crazy.
Yeah, he loses all credibility with these angles. And you know what? And I feel like the people filming, they did it on purpose so you wouldn't feel bad.
I think I just want to punch his lights out.
That's not the first time she talks about violence. And here's the thing, like, when you date heavier girls, these kind of like, 9 times out of 10, if the one who want to fight you, but besides the hood rat, is the big girl. The big girl's always going to be more down for action. Okay, because in her mind, you're not bigger than her. Like, you're not way bigger than her, so like she doesn't see you as much of a threat. The same, you know what I mean? It's like that's how human beings work. You know what I mean? But yo, if there's anyone who's gonna put their hands on you, Big back. Big Shirley. Big Shirley. Shout out to Big Shirley.
Really, dude? Are you serious?
I told you I was decent.
What do you feel like eating anyway? Do you know what you want?
I just want some curly fries. When I go on a date, I don't order something different to try to impress a guy.
You serious?
Yeah, I get what I actually want.
So this is an example of like a woman telling you about herself, and again, this is all the first impression. We don't know her. I know her now, and I watched this before and watched it before you, but we don't know you. When you don't know someone, the idea is to talk about positive things about yourself, right? And what you start getting in 2010 is more people who practice this radical self-acceptance. You know what I mean? Where you think that's a personality to not try to impress people. So what she's basically saying is, let me tell you something. If you ever come around a heavy girl and she call herself a fat bitch, you need to go ahead and just, stretch your legs. You know what I'm saying? Do a little warm and whatnot, warm your calves up and everything, and run. To run away.
Right, dude. She got she asked for animal fries or something. They're loaded fries with like cheese and beef.
Oh God! I mean, no, it's not as much about that. It's just more like, I know I'm a little older, so I've met people who talk like this, or people who I remember one time I spoke on before, but it was one real heavy girl. I tried to give a chance to, and every behavior I could see it in the show. You know what I mean? But one of the things she had about her was two things. One was the whole self-acceptance thing, you know what I mean? And also extremely emotional, very overly emotional, always crying, and that's one of the first people I met who would use phrases like "my anxiety," and when they would talk about it, she make it sound basically it's not like this person saying, "Oh, I have anxiety, and this is what I do to manage it." Mm-hmm. She's one of the people that feels as though their problem is now your problem. So I have anxiety, so now you gotta deal with me having anxiety. You know what I mean? Is it that like some people supposed to say, "Oh my God, great, let's work on our anxiety together"? No, that's your anxiety. Man. You understand? But anywho, let's let little Jen here speak her piece.
Like, I love curly fries. Is that like a crime?
You have Gatorade?
Yes,
Oh, sweet.
awesome.
If you have purple, that's cool. If you don't, then all right, cool.
I've never heard anyone order Gatorade
What?
out before.
Oh yeah. I had a note that I wrote. I said, that moment is what explains why he didn't mind going out with her. Heavy guys tend to have very low self-esteem, whether they're conscious of it or not. And how's she gonna shade him for losing weight? He caught it too. So what I was saying was because I was kind of wondering, like, why he was into going on a date with her, going out on a date with her, right? And within terms like the difference in size.
Yeah.
So when people are heavy for a long time, they still perceive themselves as being heavy and whatnot. And also like your expectations, how you look, how you see yourself, it kind of all correlates, right? And in his mind, he probably still sees himself as being that bigger guy and everything. And it's interesting that I don't want to get into the whole thing about who's a beauty object and whatnot, but you just hit a low self-awareness. I'm like, fam, these are the kind of guys that that you can get. Hold on a second. My bad, y'all. My grandma called. Anyway, so now, so back to the date and whatnot, right? I wanted to also point out how, matter of fact, hold on, I'm going to rock for a little bit more, and then I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to the like not nightcap, but their like last conversation. But I thought that the conversation was appropriate. It wasn't like when you hear it, I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna make you probably clutch your pearls. But this is how men dealt with like bigger women, you know what I mean? And this is like the reality of dating for a big girl, like
Because I'm on this stupid diet and I can't do Coke. I haven't drank Coke in 9 months.
What kind of diet is that?
I lost 53 pounds.
Who you?
Whatever.
Why would he bring up his diet? That's something that you don't bring up to a girl, let alone a bigger girl.
Juicy 30.
Fam, what?
Yeah, what?
What? But anyway, so just to give some background on this girl. This girl, first of all, she is an oversharer. And you also can tell that you want to see her best friends are her parents. She doesn't really have friends like that. Well, I'm sorry. She do got friends, but she got friends who be lying to her. But saying why would you bring up your diet? He didn't. First of all, let me tell you something. Whenever you tell someone something about yourself and they make it about them, yeah, watch it.
Yeah, almost said she mentioned the word diet first.
He didn't say diet first?
She said it first.
No matter. But overall though, right? And that's really interesting, right? How like you can tell someone something about yourself or something that you experienced, and they will interpret that as an attack on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's mostly because people always know what they're supposed to be doing and who they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like they have an idea, but again, you have two responses for that kind of like situations. Either you want to problem solve, or you want to pretty much distract yourself from doing the work. You know what I mean? But anywho, you got anything? Okay, that's cool.
For Lionheart 35.
Oh,
sorry.
Not the juicy.
That's my trick. That's always my trick on dates. They would like I'm adapting to just grab the booby.
Oh, we're going deep technique now.
Want some?
Thank you. No! Damn it.
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. Yo, my man got on a candid camera.
What What kind of guy takes a video of somebody bowling? What a weirdo.
In slow mo. Look at the tummy pop out. Bam! You know what
We all
that
have
says?
a tummy.
That says hamburgers. That says French fries.
What an asshole. I just think this guy has no class, and it's really annoying me that he thinks that I'm the type of person that he can talk to me like that way. I just think it's rude and condescending, and I don't like this guy very much.
No, wait, let me tell you something. First of all, she's trying to front for them damn cameras, okay? Because she acting like that because them cameras are there.
Yeah.
This is the kind of guy you go for. Now, I don't know if it's going to come up in this clip right here because we're about to stop in a second. I want to smoke from YouTube. But she's going, it's Friday tonight?
Oh, yeah, it's Friday.
Oh, yes, I'm talking about back to lockup time. She's going to talk about how she lost her virginity on a one-night stand. And she and which is really some that is some whole ish. If I ever heard it. Because how do you talk about so you in a rant a person you don't know, you give virginity to a person that you don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then she talks about, so this was she keeps calling it a big year. She keeps calling it basically her like whoring around like a big year. It was a big year whoring. It's a big year whoring around this year. Because she talks about going through multiple like one night stands. So I'm like, you don't get dudes.
Yeah.
You don't get, and then she talked about she wasn't taking on dates at first. Let me tell you something. One of the myths that women want you to believe is that they all go on dates. You'll meet pretty women who don't be going on no dates. Dates are not a thing. First of all, y'all gotta let that go. Because right now we are in the Great Depression. Reason why y'all think it's the Great Depression because it's too many people front on social media and pretending to be rich. But we're in the Great Depression. Listen, all that strong, independent, and listen, women going to have to just say, yo, my bad. Let's just start over. Stop trying to, do shit like soft life. Yeah. We're not falling for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to pull me into the 50-50 conversation. The 50-50 conversation was really just women pre-game saying, it's looking like I'm going to have to go home. Yeah. But when I do, I want to go ahead and make sure that not only am I getting a good deal, but I got to also make sure that I'm getting the best deal possible. You ever seen Matilda?
Yeah.
The way that these women we try to make a deal, they're like Matilda's dad. You know Matilda's dad with the messed up cars, and Matilda asks, like, why can't you like sell good cars? You know what I mean? And like he started talking that shit to Matilda. Like he barked on the son, and he smoked her. You know what I mean? He gave her a whole like. I think at one point he said, "I'm big, you're small." I'm saying you're broke, I'm rich. I'm like, whoa. Yeah.
I'm smart, you're dumb. I didn't even realize that was Danny DeVito for like the longest time.
Man, Danny DeVito is one of the goats, my boy. All right, yo. So I want you to see how this drawing ends right here. I ain't gonna lie. This dude's a legend.
No.
Who won?
But you know what? He has the look of a dude who could bowl real good.
Yeah. You won. Fine, you win. Game over. Does that mean we can leave now?
All right, so I don't. You ready?
Yeah. Okay. I can't spend my day listening to you call me fat. You're just a jerk.
Yeah, we should hang out again, right? I mean, maybe next time it leads to sex. I mean, I already grabbed your. I'm just. Well, because I wanted to make sure they weren't fake.
I can't wait to tell my friends about this guy. That's why.
In fact, you were smiling. Though I mean that was like she was blushing. She was blushing. It couldn't listen. If I'm offended, you know what I'm saying, if I'm out somewhere and a white guy calls me the N-word, I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna smile.
I'm not Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoa! This is dark sash. It's black sash. Sash black, sash darkness.
I'm not letting that go, bro.
I don't even know what you're referring to, but he went to Whoopi Goldberg. Anytime you bring Whoopi Goldberg up, anytime you bring up a really unattractive woman, you know what I'm saying? It always raises the stakes. It makes things seem more serious. Whoopi Goldberg, Whoopi Goldberg, no bra. You know what I mean? She be out there with no bra. She put a white beater on and put that cardigan on.
She wore her boyfriend he like really racist on stage, and she was just
Oh,
freaking
yeah,
out,
he
bro.
was telling me. It was like some old clip, right?
Yeah. I think it was. I think they only had like a picture. It was just her smiling. And he's,
Oh, I think you
and-
said he was
and
in blackface.
Yeah, he's in blackface, and she's right beside him, sitting down, smiling at him. It's like happiest smile I've ever seen.
Hey, listen, man, you gotta get you a Brad when you get you a Brad. But all right, maybe I'll let it rock a little more, man.
I say online dating is totally a gamble. Either you totally win or completely lose.
It's fun.
So, I mean, don't get me wrong. That may seem harsh. Let me tell you something. When dudes are down bad, you don't get to have the same experience as the nigga in the Ferrari.
Yeah.
Like you don't get to have the same happy ending. You know what I mean? Like what we saw in the beginning was women know that it's in their best interest to promote like equality between like all the bases. I don't know how to even put it, but basically what she did was say, all right, I'm going to stand with you and make this my problem. And I don't know, that girl might have just been drunk. You know what I'm saying? That's how she wound up sticking up for her. She was pre-gaming and got emotional. But that's kind of like how like so for example, the example I always use is like if you ever bring up what should a woman get in the case of a divorce, for the most part, most women will always agree, yeah, she should get all the money possible, and basically she deserves whatever money she gets, she deserves that money. I remember as a kid, I was thinking like that made no sense to me. You know what I mean? And when women say that, they never put like a criteria on it. It never says, oh, if she did this, this, and this, if she was this, no, it's just if she was married to him, she deserves millions of dollars and all that, right? So and notice that women never really put like a criteria on good women and bad women, to the point where there's always like an assumption made about who deserves what, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. This person deserves this or deserves that. You know what I mean? So that's what kind of played out there. But in all actuality, the way that he was giving it up, old boy right there, yo, that's how big girls like that's how life actually goes. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's the same as a nigga like walking in stanking and just I don't know, let's just say down bad. Like, no, listen, everyone's gonna let him know, bro, this ain't it. You know what I mean? But anyway, are you enjoying your journey into Big Bang history?
Yeah, it's been fun.
Cool. All right, well, let's go ahead and close out with I was gonna show y'all a video of Lizzo and whatnot, because Lizzo been coming down. And listen, that bite's starting to bite. But I want to go ahead and show y'all a picture from a movie called Road Trip. And I remember in this movie, right, I was 13 years old the first time that I seen this woman. And I remember how pretty I thought she was. Yo, when I was 13, she looked huge to me. Today, she looked kind of normal. That's crazy. Like, she looked kind of, I remember like how big, because the whole idea was that he was this little scrawny dude and this whole like size contrast. And it was the worst storyline ever. Because like, yo, one of the most common storylines in like late 90s, early 2000s movies was the nerd guy getting sympathy vagina. I keep telling you, there's no such thing as a sympathy BJ or sympathy vagina. It's not how it works. Okay? Like my dude AMS said, if there was such a thing, dudes will come to dates, you know what I'm saying, with their arm in a sling, you know what I mean? They be in a wheelchair, everything, you know what I mean? Have a little blood in your shirt, everything, be coughing, all that stuff. But it doesn't exist, right? So this whole storyline is basically her taking his virginity, all right? And even in that era, this was a little bit far-fetched, you know what I mean? But I wanted to go ahead and shout to my baby. This woman actually passed away, so RIP to her with her fine self. Word. So let's go ahead and close out with the GOAT, somebody that I don't think we even deserve. You definitely don't deserve him. I'm keeping this joint on repeat.
Big back, 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 big.
No, it's Sash. That's not his body, man. That's not that man's body. You know what? I spent the whole time thinking like, yo, Sash might just be lying to me. That's not that man's body, man. You cannot be made that way.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, bro, it's real.
No, it's not. It's not real. That's not that man's body. He got some stuff in his shirt. He wearing. Look at the collar, man.
Back. Big back, big.
All right, cool. I ain't gonna lie. I was mad curious to know, is he doing this for a whole hour? It says an hour at Big Back.
Yeah.
All right, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Got made this far. We was having fun. It's our family contact. I seen my brother do Big Back history. You know what I'm saying? On social media. Oh my bad. You want to tell me your name?
Sash, man.
Sash Money.
Sash, man.
Sash Joker. Sash Jovial. Sash, what do you say? Sash J. That's it. This was like an early 2000s movie and whatnot. So, yo, but people can't ever see your face though.
Yeah.
Yo, Sash J's here. Sash J. So anyway, all right, man. Like, share, subscribe if y'all enjoyed the video, man. Y'all be safe. Peace. Oh, my bad. That's a button right there.